I'm Supreetha. Welcome to my math class. In the previous lectures on derivatives, we studied the concept of derivatives and then we studied a very important formula that was d by dx of x to the power n, which was n(x to the power n minus 1. And then we solved some problems on them, correct? And then what did we do? We studied about sum rule, product rule, yes, difference rule, and quotient rule, correct? In the last video, we even solved some problems on them. Yes, today in this lecture, let us learn something about chain rule. Yes, when do we apply chain rule? Let me take a problem. Say I have find the derivative of square root of x to the power 4 plus 4x square plus 1. I know what is derivative of root x, correct? But I don't know what is the derivative of the whole thing. Yes, square root of x to the power 4 plus 4x square plus 1, correct? So what do? I assume, let me say, first of all, I'll say let y is equal to the given question. Let y is equal to square root of x to the power 4 plus 4x square plus 1. Yes, now I'm saying let t is equal to x to the power 4 plus 4x square plus 1. Then what happens to our given question? It becomes y is equal to square root of t. Correct? Now, I can simplify or I can find derivative of t. I can also find derivative of y. Agree? I'll differentiate t with respect to which term? X, right? Because we have x here, which is the independent term. This is equal to derivative of, I'll use the sum rule, x to the power 4 plus d by dx. 4 is a constant, I can write it out, x square plus d by dx of 1. Okay, what is the derivative of x to the power 4? It is 4x cube plus 4 into, what is the derivative of x square? That is 2x plus derivative of a constant is 0. Okay, now what do we have? We have 4x cube plus 8x. What is this? This is our dt divided by dx. Okay, now what else do we have? We have y is equal to root t. Let me find the derivative of that too. So dy by, we'll find it with respect to t, right? So what is differentiation of root t? We've solved it in the previous classes, correct? That is 1 divided by 2 root t. Yes. Now observe, we have dy by dt and dt by dx. What is our goal? We should find dy by dx. Correct? What if I product these two terms? Dy by dt into dt by dx. This dt and this dt gets cancelled and we would get dy by dx. Agree? So what I'll do? I'll just substitute the values now. What is dy by dt? Dy by dt is 1 divided by 2 root t. Yes, what is dt by dx? Dt by dx is 4x cube plus 8x. Okay, resubstitute t value. That would be 4x cube plus 8x divided by 2 square root of, what is our t from here? T is equal to x to the power 4 plus 4x square plus 1. Okay, moving on, let me write another problem. So basically this is our chain rule. Okay, what does the chain rule say? If I had here directly square root of x, I would have written it as 1 divided by 2 root x. So I changed my question in such a manner for which I knew the derivative. Correct. So I wrote this as t. Why? Because I know what is the derivative of square root of t. Yes, and when I substituted this to some other variable, I could even differentiate this term. Yes, and when I wrote that those two terms in product, I observed that these two terms would get cancelled and I would get dy by dx, which is our expected answer. Correct? So this is about chain rule. Okay, moving on. Let me take one more problem. Say y is equal to, okay, second one, y is equal to x plus square root of x square plus 8. What should I do? I need to find dy by dx. Agree? So this is equal to d by dx of x. I'm using the sum rule. D by dx of square root of x square plus 8. Yes, what is dx? D by dx of x? That is 1. Agree? Now I need to find d by dx of what? Square root of x square plus 8. Let me use the chain rule. Okay, what should I find? I need to find d by dx of square root of x square plus 8. Okay, first of all, let me say let t is equal to the x square plus 8. Okay, so I need to find what? I need to find dt by dx. Agree? I'm just replacing this as t. Now what I'll do, whatever is there inside the root, I'll take it as u. Now what happens to our given question, that is t? It becomes square root of u. Agree? Now what is du by dx? Du by dx is equal to 2x. Okay, what is dt by du? Dt by du is what? 1 divided by 2 root u. Agree? Now what do I need? I need to find dt by dx. So dt by dx is equal to what? Dt by du into du by dx. Basically the du would get cancelled and you would get what? You would get dt by dx itself. Yes, I know the values of du by dx and dt by du. Let me substitute. What would I get? I would get 1 divided by 2 root u into 2x. 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So, what is u? So, resubstitute u value is x square plus 8. What is this? This is our dt by dx. What is t? That was d by dx of square root of x square plus 8. Okay, so here I would write plus d by dx of square root of x square plus 8 is what? X divided by square root of x square plus 8. This is our derivative of the given question using chain rule. Okay, let me solve another problem. Say third one is, yes, find the derivative of square root of 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x. Okay, what is the first step? I'll say let y is equal to square root of 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x. What is the next step? Which rule do we use? Let me use the chain rule. What will I substitute as t? Yes, let me take 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x as t. Okay, now what would become to our given question, that is y? That would be root t. Yes, I know how to find the derivative of this and this. Yes, how do you find dt by dx? Which rule do we use? We use the quotient rule. What does the quotient rule say? What was the formula? The formula of quotient rule, that is d by dx of f divided by g, was keep denominator as it is, differentiate the numerator minus the flip of it, divided by denominator square. Okay, so now what do I do? Let me write down the denominator, that is 1 minus x as it is. What is the derivative of the numerator? It is 1. Agree? Minus, write the numerator as it is, and derivative of the denominator is negative 1 divided by 1 minus x the whole square. Okay, and then 1 minus x. This would become plus, right? Plus plus, so that would be again plus 1 plus x and x gets cancelled, denominator remains as it is, so our answer is 2 divided by 1 minus x the whole square. What is the next step? I would have to find, if y is equal to root t, I would have to find dy by dt, which is equal to d by dt of root t. This is equal to what? 1 divided by 2 root t. Okay, here only let me substitute t value. What is t value? It is 1 divided by 2 square root of 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x. Okay, so now what is the final answer? That is dy by dx is equal to, dy by dx is equal to what? What is the term that we took? T, right? We substituted t. So I'll write it as dy by dt into dt by dx. This is equal to what? Dy by dt is 1 divided by 2 square root of 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x. What is dt by dx? That is 2 divided by 1 minus x, the whole square. Okay, 2 and 2 gets cancelled, and this is our final answer. I can also write this, I can take it to the numerator, and I would write it as 1 minus x divided by 1 plus x, whole thing into 1 minus 1 by x, the whole square. Okay, now moving on to our next question. Let me solve the fourth one. Okay, find the derivative of x square root of x minus 1. Okay, how do you solve this? We cannot use sum rule here, we cannot use difference rule. Clearly we have x into square root of x minus 1. When you have into, we use which rule? We use product rule. What is the formula for product rule? D by dx of fg is equal to what? Fg dash plus g into f dash. Means what? If this is f, okay, if this is f and this is g, I would have to find what? Let me write down. I'll keep f as it is. I would have to find derivative of square root of x minus 1 plus square root of x minus 1 into d by dx of x. Okay, now what is derivative of square root of x minus 1? Clearly we would have to use chain rule. What will you substitute as t here? Yes, d by dx of square root of x minus 1. Let me first of all write square root of x minus 1 as what? Let me take that as, say, u. Okay, so we have what? U is equal to square root of x minus 1. So now I'll take t as what? X minus 1. Then what would happen to our u? U is equal to square root of t. Yes, what is dt by dx? Dt by dx is 1. Agree? What is du by dt? Du by dt is 1 divided by 2 root t. What is the final step in chain rule? I would have to find what? Du by dx, right? Because what is u? I took this term as u, correct? So let me write that down. D by dx of square root of x minus 1. This is equal to what? Du by dt into dt by dx. Yes, what is du by dt? 1 divided by 2 root t. What is dt by dx? That is 1. Let me substitute the t value back. That is 2 square root of, what was our t? T was x minus 1. X minus 1. This is our du by dx. Okay, so here let me write. This is equal to x 1 divided by 2 square root of x minus 1 plus square root of x minus 1. Derivative of x with respect to x is 1, right? So this is our final answer for this problem. Okay, so let me solve another problem. Say the fifth one is, find the derivative of x cube plus 1 into x minus 2 divided by x square. This looks a little bit complicated, right? Because we have quotient here. This is f, this is g. Let me write the quotient formula. What was the quotient rule? D by dx of f divided by g is equal to what? D by dx of f divided by g is what? This is equal to, keep the denominator as it is, derivative of f minus f g dash divided by g square. Okay, so now what do I write here? So this would be, write the denominator as it is. Let me first write, let y is equal to the given question. Y is equal to x cube plus 1 into x minus 2 divided by x square. Yes, now dy by dx is equal to what? I'll write the denominator as it is, differentiation of the numerator. That is x cube plus 1 into x minus 2 minus, keep the numerator as it is. That is x cube plus 1 into x minus 2. Find the derivative of the denominator, that is x square, whole thing divided by x to the power 4. Okay, so in the numerator what do I have? X square. Here we would apply which rule? Product rule. Agree? So that would be, what was product rule? D by dx of f into g is equal to what? F g dash plus g f dash. Yes, so if this is gf and, yeah, if this is f and this is g, okay, so how would that go? Write f as it is, that is x cube plus 1. Find the derivative, that is d by dx of x minus 2 minus, right, okay, plus, correct, x minus 2 d by dx of x cube plus 1. This is from our product rule, minus x cube plus 1 into x minus 2 would remain as it is. Derivative of x square is what? 2x, whole thing divided by x to the power 4. Okay, can I take x common from both the terms? Check. We have a bracket over here. Yes, can we take x common? So that would be x, the whole thing into, yes, x into x cube plus 1. Okay, derivative of x minus 2 is 1 plus x minus 2 into another one x into 3x square. Okay, derivative of x cube plus 1 is 3x square minus 2 into x cube plus 1 into x minus 2. Yes, whole thing divided by x to the power 4. X and 1x gets cancelled, that is minus 1. Okay, so yes, that was the derivative of the given question. We can simplify the answer using some basic polynomials also. Okay, multiply, and if there are any common terms, add them. If anything gets cancelled, cancel them. Okay, so let me solve one more problem, that is sixth one. Find the derivative of square root of x into 1 plus 1 divided by square root of x. I can either apply product formula or I can just multiply root x to each term. Yes, whichever is simpler, whichever you feel is simpler, you can use that method. Okay, so now let me multiply root x to each term. Root x into 1 is what? Root x plus, what is root x into 1 divided by root x? That is 1. Correct? Or let me write one more step, that is root x into 1 divided by root x is root x gets cancelled, and the answer would be root x plus 1. What should we do now? We should find the derivative of this. Correct? D by dx of root x plus 1. This is equal to what? D by dx of root x plus d by dx of 1. Okay, what is derivative of root x? We already know it is 1 divided by 2 root x plus derivative of a constant is 0. So this is our final answer. That is, this is our derivative dy by dx. Okay, so moving on, let me write one more problem. That is, say, seventh one. Find the derivative of 1 divided by square root of 7 minus 3x square. Okay, so first step, let me say y is equal to the given question. Okay, let y is equal to 1 divided by square root of 7 minus 3x square. What would you substitute as t? Let me substitute 7 minus 3x square as t. Okay, whatever you take as t, even that should be simpler to find the derivative. Okay, so if this is my t, what would be our y? Y would be 1 divided by square root of t. Can I write this as 1 divided by t to the power half? And if I bring that to the numerator, I would get negative power. Agree? So now, what is our dt by dx? Dt by dx is 0 minus 6x. Correct? What is our dy by dt now? Dy by dt is equal to, yes, dy by dt is minus half t to the power minus half minus 1, which is minus 3 by 2. Okay, so now, okay, this is dy by dt, right? Dy by dt. Dy by dt. Now, what should we find? We should find dy by dx. Yes, I'll multiply and divide by dt. What will I get? Dy by dt into dt by dx, correct? Now let me substitute. Dy by dt is equal to how much? It is minus half. I can bring this t to the power minus 3 by 2 to the denominator. It would become t to the power plus 3 by 2 into, what is dt by dx? That is minus 6x. Okay, what was our t? Let me substitute t value here. Yes, this is equal to minus into minus plus 6x divided by 2 plus, okay, that is t, right? Let me substitute t value. That is 2 into 7 minus 3x square whole to the power 3 by 2. Okay. So, we solve this problem using what? Using the chain rule. Agree? So, this is how we solve using chain rule. First, we substitute. We try to change the given question with the formulas that we know. Okay, and then we try to differentiate. We get two terms, we differentiate it, and we finally write the product of them. Okay, so let me solve one more problem. Say eighth one, that is find the derivative of, yes, find the derivative of y is equal to 1 divided by 6x to the power 6 plus 1 divided by 4x square plus 1 divided by 16 whole to the power 15. So now clearly I should use chain rule. What should I substitute as t? Yes, what should I substitute as t? T is equal to 1 divided by 6x to the power 6 plus 1 divided by 4 into x square plus 1 divided by 16. Okay, now what would our y be? Y would become t to the power 15. Okay, now what should I do? What is the next step? Find dt by dx. What is our dt by dx? Dt by dx is equal to 1 divided by 6 would remain as it is. Derivative of x to the power 6 is what? 6x to the power 5. 6 and 6 gets cancelled. Plus 1 divided by 4. Derivative of x square is what? 2x. Okay. Plus derivative of a constant is 0. So this would become x to the power 5 plus x divided by 2. How? 2 ones are, 2 twos are. It gets cancelled. Correct? Next, what should I do? I would have to find dy by dt, which is equal to 15 t to the power 14. Okay, after finding this, what should I do? I should write the product of these. Yes, what would the product of these be? Dy by dt into dt by dx is equal to what? Dt gets cancelled. I would get dy by dx. That is what we want, right? The question is find the derivative of y with respect to x. Correct? So let me substitute. Dy by dt is what? Dy by dt is 15t power 14 into dt by dx is x to the power 5. Okay, x to the power 5 plus x divided by 2. What is the last step? Resubstitute t value. Okay, that is 15 into 1 divided by 6 x to the power 6 plus 1 divided by 4 x to the power 2 plus 1 divided by 16 into, yes, into x to the power 5 plus x divided by 2. This is our final answer. Okay, what did we study in this lecture? We studied about chain rule. How do we solve using chain rule? Whatever we have in the question. Yes, suppose here I have square root of x minus 1. If I had square root of x, I know the derivative of it. I can directly write it as 1 divided by 2 root x. Yes, but I don't know what is the derivative of square root of x minus 1. So what I'll do, I'll substitute x minus 1 as t. Then our given question would become what? Root t. Then our given question would become root t. Agree? So now I know what is derivative of dt by dx. Yes, I can also find the derivative of du by dt. If I write it in product form, that is du by dt into dt by dx. Clearly dt and dt gets cancelled and I would get du by dx. Okay, so if I substitute back there, I would get the desired answer. Okay, so this was something about the chain rule. Okay, so yes, that is it for today's lecture. Thank you.